I went to Shanghai in Beijing in 2023. The city centers were beautiful, but literally a 30-minute drive outside led to trash, poor people, and potholes. Do you think they are just better at PR? They are unquestionably a million times better than India at PR. They have many of the same problems that India has. It's not like India is the only nation that is corruption. China is super corrupt, but China executes people for corruption. And they also, brush a lot of the corruption under the carpet. China has corruption, China has pollution, China has potholes, China has homeless people, China has slums, China has all these problems. But this is all kept away from the public view. And what the Chinese do is they pay so-called influencers, etc., to show the good parts of China. The Chinese government is concerned about China's image. That is where China is different from India. The Indian government doesn't care about India's image. Otherwise, they would do something. You see, to improve India's image, you have to do two things at the same time. One, improve the conditions in India. Improve the conditions. Don't simply try to hide it. Improve the conditions. So that takes hard work, but that's not happening at various levels. At some levels, a lot of work is happening. See, the government of India, the central government has done a tremendous amount of work since 2014. Okay, no question. But at lower levels, at state, districts, at other levels, I don't know what's happening. And that's where the image of India comes from, right? On the ground level. And the central government doesn't have, I don't know, let's forget about the causative factors. But so on the one hand, you have to improve the conditions on the ground. On the other hand, you have to go on a PR campaign to show the good parts of India and possibly not show the bad parts of India. The same thing China is doing. But we don't do that. The government of India, when I say it's not concerned about India's image, what I mean is that they don't invest money for PR. They don't spend money for PR exercises. They don't invest in influencers, maybe 10,000 influencers from various countries, maybe 1,000 influencers from various countries. You pay for the travels, you pay for their gear, you pay them a certain monthly retainer with the understanding that every month they'll put out a certain number of videos or reels or whatever showing India in a good light. It doesn't take a lot of money to do that. But India doesn't do that at all. India is not concerned. That's what I mean when I say India is not concerned. The government of India is not concerned. The government of India doesn't care about India's image. If it would hire people. It would pay people. It would commission people to create these campaigns. So the Chinese do it. The Chinese pay lots of influencers good money to show China in the best possible light. And that's why these people, these YouTubers and Instagrammers and all, they will relentlessly put out reels and videos showing the best parts of China and keeping the bad parts out of the frame. The Chinese are super good at PR. India doesn't care about PR. That's the problem. I just don't understand why the government of India has this strange attitude.